Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Olivia.
In this week's episode, we'll check out an interview with the Paw Prints staff, some performances from the Forum Jazz Concert, and the latest sports highlights.
But before we get into any of that, here's the week ahead from our principal, Mr. Devoll, and the Sports Rundown with Athletic Director Bill Tilden.
Hello everybody, it's the Rundown. It's Sunday, February 10th, 2019, and as soon as I'm done with my interview, I'm walking down the hall because our girls basketball team has a game at 3:30 against Dartmouth. Go Bulldogs. Monday is the 11th and it's day 7 in our cycle. What's happening this week is we're trying to give kids as much information as possible for course selections for next year. So each of the days we're going to feature a different AP class that we can talk to kids about and they can sign up for. So today on the 11th it's AP Foreign Language, which would be either Spanish or Latin. In the evening there's a booster club meeting. Tuesday the 12th, day 8 in our schedule, we're going to talk about the AP Capstone program, which is seminar and research, as well as AP Science classes. In the evening, girls basketball has a home game against New Bedford High School. Wednesday, day 1 in our cycle, it's the 13th. We've got AP English on the docket. Thursday, the 14th of February, day 2 in our cycle, we've got AP Math during the Bulldog block, and then Friday is the 15th. It's kind of a different schedule for us. It's the last day before vacation. We're going to have a pep rally, which is going to be the class Olympics during block 4, so that means we'll shorten blocks 1, 2, and 3 to fit that in. And finally, in the evening, girls basketball is home in the South Coast Conference crossover game. It's the week before vacation. We got this. We can do this. I hope to see everybody after vacation, and go Bulldogs.
Thank you, Mr. Devoll. Crazy week in sports. This week, going into next week, we're winding down the season. Final week of the regular season as we go into vacation. Boys and girls swim have finished on a fantastic note. They took first at, the boys took first at the conference championship this past weekend. The girls took 3rd overall, and they got a bunch of kids moved on to the sectional championships this weekend. Boys and girls track both won their crossover meet this past week. The boys were against Fairhaven, the girls Seekonk. They have the conference championships this weekend. They also have what's called the last chance to qualify meet up in Boston to see if they can lower some seed times, get more kids ready for states. Girls basketball has been on a huge roll lately. Knocked off Somerset Berkeley last week. Case they beat.
The high school is in a stay in place. Thank you.
They beat Somerset Berkeley last week. This week they just couldn't miss. Beat Case by quite a few points. They've got Dighton Rehoboth at home tonight. They're hosting Dartmouth at 3:30 on Sunday. Then they got New Bedford back on Tuesday. So 3 home games in a row. Hope to get some fans in the seats for those games. Boys basketball lost to Somerset Berkeley Friday, but due to some other losses in the conference, they're playing for first place tonight out at Dighton Rehoboth. That should be a great game. Usually is out in Dighton Rehoboth. Then they're going to host Coyle on Monday. That's going to be a 6:30 game here. That's a great non-conference game. It's been a fun few years with Coyle. Boys ice hockey. They're on a win streak right now. I believe it's a 3-game win streak. They're hosting Apponequet at noontime tomorrow at Tabor for their senior game, honoring 3 great seniors that have helped us tremendously over the years. We also have Sunday night they're going to host Wareham at Tabor. So 2 games noontime and then 8:30 on Sunday for hockey. Girls ice hockey is still rolling, doing very well. They did lose in the Canal Cup game last weekend. A great game with Sandwich, lost by 1 goal, but came back, beat Cohasset and Hanover by 2 the other day. I think that was their 5th shutout of the season. They don't have anything until next Wednesday. They're the one team that's getting a break for a while. They're playing Nauset, and then they're out to Latin Academy right after that. So as you can tell, it's been a busy week. We're looking forward to a whole lot more results for next week, and back to the Bulldog crew.
Thank you, Mr. Devoll and Mr. Tilden, for those informative updates. Now, on to our first segment.
Over the past year, Paw Prints has become a more active part of the ORR community. We interviewed some of its members to learn more. Let's take a look.
Paw Prints was started many years ago, and it's changed a lot since then. Basically, every time we get a new editor, the paper takes sort of a different direction. I don't know exactly like what year it was started, but it's been around for a while.
Well, Paw Prints was started to really inform the students of events that was happening about them, and also to entertain them as well.
I guess the reason that we have a school newspaper in the first place is to give students a forum to express their voice, a creative outlet, and a place to promote the school community.
Well, Paw Prints meets every Thursday after school. Well, usually Emily and the rest of the crew would discuss events that would be interesting to talk about, like, say, I don't know, the game or something. You know, like drama club and all that. So, we would write some topics on the board and people will be assigned to choose whether they want to do it or not.
So it's important to me that students write about things that they're passionate about or about things that they're interested in, because I've noticed that we get our best pieces when students love what they're writing. So when I tell students to write about what they care about, we usually get a good variety, so that's what we decide. So in the past, it's been a little more literal in what we're writing, but more recently, we have started becoming a little more controversial with some different satire pieces. Like in the last issue, we published something about something called the pink tax, which is basically a tax on tampons and sanitary products, which was a little more controversial, but I think that's kind of important because it gets students to read the paper. So in the past, we've had them come out 6 or 7 times a year because we have been an academic class, but this year it's much more of a challenge because our class was temporarily discontinued. So now we're a club, and we no longer have strict deadlines because we really don't have the leverage of like a grade. Students just kind of get in their articles we try to do it like when I ask them to, but again, like we don't have that grading system. So this year we're expecting 4 to come out approximately, which is fewer than in previous years.
Ooh, it's a very tough question, but I would say maybe the coverage of our memes or so. That was pretty funny. But I also like the cartoons that came out too. So.
Oh, that's a tough one. I really love all our articles, but something that I'm really excited about this year is our Career Corner, which is it's written by 2 students, Emma Vivino and Caitlin Luong, and they basically highlight different career fields every time they want to do an article. Most recently, it's been the medical field, and before that, it was installation, maintenance, and repair. Some future topics that I plan to tackle would be sports. I think that our sports section could improve. And also, I would like to publish some more political pieces. I think that students are a lot more interested in politics than people generally think, and students are very interested in sort of current issues, so I'd like to publish more of those. So my hope for the future of Paw Prints is that we find a committed, devoted underclassman to take over once I graduate, which is in a year and a half. And also, I hope that we get our position as an academic class back. I think that's really important for our writers and for the continuation of the paper. And I hope that the newspaper can continue to be a forum for students to express their beliefs. So right now, what we're doing is we're painting the brand new Paw Prints office, which is here in the Library Commons. It's brand new this year. We used to have a Paw Prints room in the math wing, but it was given to a school social worker, if I'm not mistaken. So this year I lobbied Mr. Barrasso and Mr. Devoll for just any space in the school, any type of office, so that the Paw Prints staff could paint it and furnish it and just take it under our wing, make it our own, so we could not only establish our presence in the school community, but also be more united now that we're no longer a class.
Well, Paw Prints originally met in Mr. Elaine's room, but as you can see, we're painting a room, so all good things.
If you'd like to join Paw Prints, just shoot me an email. It's emilywilson@oldrochester.org, or come to one of our meetings, which again is Thursday in Mr. Elaine's room at 210. And we have all sorts of positions. We have room for writers, photographers, designers, cartoonists. We can really accommodate your interests, and we'd love to have you.
If you are interested in becoming a member of Paw Prints, contact Mr. Elaine for more information.
This week, Form held a jazz concert to help raise funds for the ORR Music Department. We cut together some of the best moments from this event. Let's check it out.
12-minute break here so the big band can get set up, and then we'll be back for some more fun. So head out to the lobby, grab a snack, grab a water, and meet us back here in 10 minutes.
What a great way to promote the ORR Music Department. Now, on to our final segment.
This winter season has been very successful for many ORR sports teams. Here are some of the most exciting moments from this season.
Teachers and students, if you would like to have something filmed and shown here on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC-TV station.
Be sure to check out our Vimeo channel for everything we film here at ORC-TV. We cover sports games, town meetings, school events, and so much more.
Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Bulldog Weekly. Until next time, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Olivia.
And this is Bulldog Weekly.